What's going on, guys? White Fox 1225 here, and the day has finally come. We have some news on the Dark Brotherhood to talk about. The DLC got a trailer this morning, and ZeniMax released a lot of details. I'm just so excited, I can't even contain it, and some of these details are really awesome, so let's just get right into it and start talking about it. So I woke up this morning, saw a trailer, just got immediately hyped, watched it, and I really wasn't disappointed. It's an awesome trailer. It's only about 30 seconds, so on the shorter side, we get a little bit of narration about the Dark Brotherhood and a little glimpse of the new zone in a couple places. We get to see the new sanctuary for the Dark Brotherhood, which by the way looks really creepy and really brings that Dark Brotherhood factor in. But it's a cool little trailer. You can see it on the screen. You can also see a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. The trailer didn't give us much information, but luckily ZeniMax did. They released a little article on their website saying some of the stuff that's going to come with the DLC and the updated patch that's coming with the DLC, except you don't have to pay for the patch. And that's pretty much it, so we're just going to be covering that in the rest of the video. It should be long because we got quite a bit of detail, but let's just start with the DLC and then we'll make our way to the game patch. The DLC, they started just by saying, of course, we're going to get the Dark Brotherhood, you can join, and you'll get quests. Like I expected and we talked about before, it will take place in the Gold Coast, in Cyrodiil, in the cities of Anvil and Kavash. We already visited those in Oblivion, and they did mention that, so hopefully, like I said in my wishlist video, it'll bring in the nostalgia factor, and we'll get to see some familiar areas. Anyway guys, they said there's lots of new stories, characters, and everything you'd expect from a new story DLC from ESO. But on top of those regular quests, we're also getting repeatable quests involving contracts for the Dark Brotherhood and the Black Sacrament. This was a big part of my wish list when I covered it like 2 weeks ago or so. I really wanted daily quests where you could just assassinate people around Tamriel and do these instant missions, and that's what it sounds like we're going to get. The best way I can describe this, if you guys can picture the daily quest from the Thieves Guild where you had to go to zones and steal stuff from people's houses and lock boxes and pickpocket people, that's really what this is, except now we're going to be going to zones, I assume, and assassinating people, which is really great. That's just going to be something I look forward to every day, because who doesn't love doing Dark Brotherhood missions? And it's nice because that means even now, once you finish the Dark Brotherhood main questline, you can do these side assassinations and still live out your assassin fantasy, which is a really great thing, and I can't wait to do some of these repeatable quests. They also mentioned new group bosses and delves, just like we got in Hugh's Bane. Expect the zone, I'd say, to be about the same size, but we will get some new group bosses to take around, the world bosses, and also some delves to do alone or with some friends. I wouldn't expect too many, probably 1 or 2 of each, but they are coming to the game, so if you like doing those around the zone, they'll be in the new DLC. As expected, we will also get a Dark Brotherhood skill line with the DLC. I'm guessing it's going to focus on stealth and assassinating people just because, it's a Dark Brotherhood, but I'm not sure how it's going to be different from the Thieves Guild skill line. We're going to have to wait and see, I guess. In the trailer, we saw someone slit someone's throat, so hopefully there's going to be some skills like that help you do, takedowns and assassinations. I think that would be great, but we'll have to wait and see. But if you want to make an assassin character, definitely a great way to do that with the Dark Brotherhood skill line. And of course, to progress through the skill line, you're going to have to play the DLC and go through the quest line and do the daily quests and all that. Last thing they mentioned for the DLC is that there's going to be new costumes and motifs inspired by the Dark Brotherhood. Hopefully getting like a Dark Brotherhood costume when you first join, like the Thieves Guild, so you can wear it while you do the missions. And then also a Dark Brotherhood motif or an assassin motif would be really something crafters would love. And everyone loves that classic Dark Brotherhood armor from Skyrim, the Shrouded Cow, whatever. Really would love to see that come into the game and have the armor look just as sick. Really excited to have my character wearing that. Anyway guys, now let's just move on to the base game patch, which is coming for everyone. So no matter if you buy the DLC or not, as long as you play ESO, you'll get the base game patch. And let's just go into what's going to be coming with it, and there's quite a bit and a lot to be excited for, even if you don't plan on playing the Dark Brotherhood DLC. First off, we have the removal of the veteran ranks, which is finally coming, really long awaited, but it's being replaced by a champion point system, of course, which we already have. I can't even say how long people have been waiting for this, almost as long as they've been waiting for the Dark Brotherhood. No one really liked the veteran rank system, and we'll be happy that within the next couple of months it's going to be removed and have that cool endgame progression that we have right now without the VR ranks. Next up, we have poison making, which I think is the most exciting part of this announcement, honestly. Huge surprise. We knew that they talked about developing poison making, but it wasn't really clear how far into development they were. So really big shock to the community. We will get poison making with this patch, which is just something really cool. I'm not sure how poison making is going to work. I assume it would be part of the alchemy skill tree already there. Maybe it'll have its own skill line. They didn't really mention that. Hopefully you can poison your weapons and use poison against your enemies. Well, obviously you're going to use it against your enemies. But I'm just not really sure how the system is working. That just makes me even more excited to see what ZeniMax will do with it. And I'm just really excited to make some poison and poison people. And it's a really good thing to come to Dark Brotherhood. It just fits the theme. And I'm really glad that this is making it into the patch. Lots of people were excited and lots of people were surprised by this. So excited to see more about poison making in some future videos that ZeniMax comes out with. Next on the list, we have character display names for the Xbox One and PS4. People have been asking for this. Right now, if you're playing on the console, personally I play on PC, but if you do play on the console, when you run around you see people's Xbox username, and it's just really lore breaking, especially because a lot of people have stupid Xbox names, to be honest. And it's really frequently requested, so great that it's coming for the console. And following the same theme a bit, you'll be able to now toggle nameplates for all characters if you want on any platform, whether it's PC, Xbox, or PS4. Personally, I won't be using them because I like the way the world is when you don't see everyone's big name popping up all the way. I like that it's off, but you can turn it on if you want. I won't be doing it, but it is an option, and options are always great. So if you want to play more like a classic MMO rather than an Elder Scrolls game, you can turn those nameplates on. A couple things for crafting: you can now lock items so you don't accidentally destroy them. I wish this came a couple weeks ago because I was deconstructing some stuff and I accidentally deconstructed my main armor set, which was really frustrating, but really happy about this, and hopefully I won't make the same mistake again once this comes into the game. Also with crafting, we now have crafting bags. If you're an ESO Plus member, you'll get this, and you'll be able to keep all your crafting materials in the crafting bag, so you won't have to carry it around and keep it in your inventory. I really struggle with keeping all my crafting materials in my inventory, and I run out of space really quickly, so glad this is coming. But I know some people are going to be upset it's ESO Plus only. The only thing I could say to that is that they have to do something to keep people to buy the subscription, and I don't think this is too crazy of a thing to just give to the ESO Plus members. Maybe they could put an option to give it in the Crown Store as a thing you could buy, but I know some people are going to be complaining about this, but you know, it is what it is, and I'm just happy it's coming to the game. Next up, there's some new grouping tools coming, some new changes to the grouping tools. You can vote to kick someone now, you can ready up as a group now, and there's also going to be a new queue timer for the group system. This is a nice addition for people who do dungeons a lot, and I just think it's something that a lot of MMOs should have, especially the vote to kick. So nice thing coming to the game with the base patch there. Now you can buy extra character slots in the Crown Store. Lots of people have been asking for this. Personally, I don't make that many ults, but I know lots of people do and have been complaining about the limited number of character slots. Now that you can buy them, I think that's great. Great way for ZeniMax to make money, and it pleases the community, so best of both worlds for them. They also mentioned that hats are coming to the Crown Store. I have no idea what that means. You know, right now we have headgear, but maybe just exclusive hats that you can wear. I don't know. It just sounds funny, but hats are coming to the Crown Store with this update, so we'll see what that means. And now you'll be able to preview the motifs in the Crown Store before you buy them, which is great because, you know, before you had to look them up online. Now you can just preview those in the Crown Store and see what they look like before you buy them. Moving on to just some small stuff, there's going to be improvements and adjustments to some item traits. They're going to continually try to make the performance in Citadel better. I was playing last night and there was just so much lag. Like I said in some previous videos, this just has to be a priority. So they think they just put in the patch notes to make sure people know they're still working on it. But good to know it's still a priority for them. The Trial Sanctum Ophidia is going to be rebalanced, not replaced, and I'll have a normal and veteran rank mode for you to play with. There's going to be some balances and changes to the overall game with the stamina abilities, the vampire skill line, and the fighter's guild skill line. It's going to be interesting because I play a vampire stamina character, so my character should be changed quite a bit, but hopefully I'll be better, I guess. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But, you know, there are some problems with the vampire skill line, and I think they're going to try to make the fighter's guild skill line a bit more relevant than it is right now. We'll just have to wait and see for those changes, but constant balancing is always great. Last on the list is something I'm actually really excited for. They're adding a district capture option to the Imperial City. I was really hoping they would make the PvP a little bit more interesting, change something up, and now they have. So now you have the option to capture the separate districts of the Imperial City, and that'll give you, I assume, some bonuses for your alliance. And ZeniMax just, I think, knew that PvP players wanted some new content, so it's nice that they added this even though it is a PvE DLC. That's really great. And they're also balancing the Imperial City dungeons for people, because I think they were a little too challenging. Overall, this looks like an awesome DLC. It has something for everyone, whether you play PvP, PvE, or just, don't even plan on buying the DLC. There's a lot of stuff coming in the base game patch. Just so much hype for this right now for me and the community, and I'm just beyond excited. PAX East is next weekend, so I expect a full gameplay demo there and a lot more news, so hopefully we'll get this release sometime by June. If they're already announcing it, I'd assume a June release date. And as we get more news, I'll of course be covering it, so if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you liked the video, give it a like. Any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments below. Love hearing from you guys. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.